Hey Gemini, I'm going to do a no contact tarot reading for you. I'm going to use a deck called the Orion's Animal Tarot deck. It's based off of the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, but it's going to let us know if your person is going to communicate with you, if you're going to hear from them, if you guys are going to talk. You guys are definitely talking. Oh my gosh, you guys have beautiful energy. I love this energy. Geminis, I think you guys don't realize that you have a really good year ahead of you. Because I did your yearly reading, which is to say on YouTube right now, an entire 12-month reading of your whole 2026 is already uploaded in the Realms of Love to see which months you get the most love and things like that. And you guys got a good reading. And here in this reading, it's kind of coming out again. And I like that for you guys. So I don't do these ones often, these no contact readings, but they are my most requested. So I'll probably start to do them more because you guys ask about them a lot. And now that I did my yearly readings, it took me some time because those readings took me like 3 weeks to upload. They're lengthy readings. Like to go through 12 months worth of a year is pretty hefty, but I got it done and they're uploaded. And now I'm going to do this. So thank you for joining me here and having patience and waiting for me to get back to my random horoscope tarot readings. Here we go. Let's get into it. So the situation between you and your person looks like there was probably some kind of an imbalance or injustice that happened. I'm using the justice word specifically because the justice card is here. But in a fantastic turn of events, the Ace of Swords is here, which is also a card that holds the Sword of Truth, which is what's on the justice card. The cool thing about the justice card is it means victory, triumph, especially when it has to do with technical things, legal things, court proceedings, work-related things. So for some of you, you might have had a miscommunication with a boss. Others of you might have had a difficulty in communication in a legal proceeding. Others of you, it's just straight up love or family or friendship. Whoever it is that you're coming to this reading thinking about, there was probably an injustice that one of you guys did. And the Ace of Swords denotes that you're going to be communicating about that and making it right. This could be you making it right if you were the one who did the injustice, or it could be the other person that you're dealing with. If they did an injustice to you, then communicating about that is here. And Ace of Swords, historically, over 100 years ago, when Arthur Edward Waite created his most famous tarot deck, which this deck is based off of, he specified that the Ace of Swords in the upright is the card of triumph. It is victory. You have two cards of victory surrounding the Hanged Man, or in this deck, it's called the Hanged One. See how the depiction is almost like a bird that has fallen from the sky to his peril, seemingly to his ending? Well, you got it in the best position that you can. It's the card in the reversal position, which means a new perspective. You or your person probably thought that this was way too imbalanced to deal with. That you probably thought that this situation was like to its peril, its calamity, its failure, its finality, fatality. But the Hanged Man is the card of a new perspective. And it is a masterful perspective. It is whoever it was, maybe it was both of you, because you guys have both got energies here that are slightly mirroring each other. Maybe at some point both of you did an injustice to each other. Maybe it's both of you who have a feeling that this thing is just a calamity and it's a failure and there's no going back. Whoever it is that has the feeling that there's no going back is going to change their mind. They have a new perspective. And the perspective is coming from patience and the ability to recollect and, what's the word? The word that's on the tip of my tongue is when somebody like, oh my gosh, I can't think of it right now. It's like thinking of what they've done. Reflecting, that's the word. Self-reflecting. That's what the Hanged Man does. It's a supreme stage of self-reflection when somebody feels stuck. In the traditional tarot, it's a depiction of a person hanging on the gallows. Like those gallows. Off with your head gallows. The Hanged Man. It's called the Hanged Man for a reason because he's got a noose that's involved with finalizing things. And yet, for some reason, in the reversal, the key to the Hanged Man is that even in the worst state of him feeling stuck, there is actually a way to look at this from a new angle and to master it. It's kind of got the energy of resurrection to some degree because the Hanged Man card is connected historically to the concept of crucifixion. and the story of Jesus. And what did Jesus do at that moment of finality in a historical, mythological, whichever way you want to view Jesus? If you're into the history of it, right on, man. Like, I love that. And if you're interested in the mythological perspective of it, right on too, because I'm a Gnostic and I believe that you can look at every story from both historical and mythology. In any case, he resurrected in those traditions from a seeming plunder, from a seeming finality. And we can take that story from the macrocosm of its experience into the microcosm of your life and see how the stories relate to one another. In which, in your case, it looks like whoever had this idea that they thought it was the finality is going to change their mind and they're going to rise back up into the situation. So communication is here. That's how stories are told, guys. That's the reality of it, you know? In history, we didn't read books because we didn't want to know anything. We read books, we learned lessons, we read tablets, we read scrolls, we listened to the stories of a bard or a musician or a poet because they gave us an insight on other people's lives to see if we can learn a lesson and bring it into our life. Like Daniel in the lion's den. I'm never going to find myself in a lion's den, but I know now what it looks like because I read a story about somebody else. This is why there's value in hearing the physical or oratorial, spoken, words and stories of past people. That's how humans express themselves. And so I think the Hanged Man and that connection of rising up again and using that analogy of the Jesus story of crucifixion is really fitting here. And honestly, looking at that story even further, what did he do afterwards? After he resurrected, two concepts. One, in traditional Catholicism, he went on to communicate. That's exactly what he did. He showed up out of nowhere and he showed everybody it's okay, it's not the end. And then from a mythological standpoint, his people, like they say the stories of Mother Mary, that she performed vast miracles for like 11 straight years. There's one medieval story, it's the coolest thing ever, where Mother Mary, again, medieval mythology, just hear me out when I say this, but she removed the arm of a king and made it grow back. I know, isn't that crazy? It's in the world of like, you know, Welsh traditions and like, what's his name? King Arthur. It's got very much a medieval vibe like that, where you're like a king lost his limb and grew it back. But the point is that again, in the allegorical, symbolic, mythological sentiment, the idea was that afterwards people came together, they united, and they showed each other that it wasn't over. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle some extra cards and I'm going to ask, what are you guys going to talk about? Because the key is that you guys are going to communicate. And I want to know about what? Oh, my old roommate is calling. Sorry, bucko, you're going to have to wait. He can wait. All he's going to do is call and freaking name call me. That's what he does. Him and his girlfriend are always on the phone with me. And we chat all the time, but he's always got such a freaking raunchy sense of humor. And I just hear him bickering like an old man all the time. Okay, what are you guys going to talk about? Oh, interesting. So, somebody's not following their heart. The Fool card is in the reversal. Somebody didn't know what path to walk because they weren't following their heart. Instead, this has got a bit to do with money and lifestyle. And then the Knight of Cups is about somebody who holds back a message. Knight of Cups is the messenger. He goes forward like a knight in shining armor. He's actually wearing armor in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck, and he holds a cup in his hand. It's the cup of his love. He's supposed to, this doesn't have to be for relationships though, guys. Again, this could be the cup of your hope, the cup of your desires for this other person, for union, whichever version it is for you. He's holding that cup and he wants to give it to somebody. He's trying to go to the person he wants to be with and unite with, but in the reversal, he's having difficulties going forward with it. So someone who's got difficulties going forward, somebody who has difficulties going forward, and in the middle of it, an attempt to balance the two sides out. By the way, this is also mirroring energy again. Each side is somebody who has difficulties going forward because people are not necessarily speaking up. So what you're going to end up speaking with this person is probably about why you're not speaking. Sometimes people talk to each other and they just talk like nothing ever happened, you know? Their conversations are like, hey, check out this reel, you know? Look at what I'm doing today. No, this is you guys talking about why you weren't talking, right? That's just one of the ways people communicate, and it looks like that's what you're going to be doing. I also want to mention that in the middle, the Six of Pentacles is the card of give and take appropriately. It's the card of restoring a dynamic of power between two people by making sure that everything is balanced, not balanced in a wishful thinking way, but balanced in a logistical lifestyle way, because it's Pentacles, so it has to do with things like life, money, career, houses, finances, foundations, which includes foundations in love and family and friends. But I'll get my regular Rider-Waite-Smith deck, and oh, it's freaking right here, right on the top of my deck, Six of Pentacles. This is what it looks like. It's somebody who is giving when he can. And another person is like, hey, I need some help. Can you give? And another person is waiting. See, this is the dynamic. Everybody thinks the flow of life is supposed to be perfectly fair. It's always black and white to people. It must be this or nothing at all. But the dynamic of the Six of Pentacles insinuates that there's more than one road that you can take, so long as they are balanced out at the right time. Sometimes you give when you can, other times you wait. Other times you take when you can, other times you wait again. Sometimes two people give, sometimes they're only giving to one person. Six of Pentacles in the upright denotes fairness, balance, and understanding that there are a multifaceted approach to the way to gain that balance. That it's not just about black and white, this or that. You know, you get nothing and I need time, or, you know, I have to win this and this gets nothing. It's not about keeping score. It's about restoring it back to a position where people are soft enough to understand that that balance is going to come in waves, but it's going to come in waves that include someone who's balancing more than just you. They're balancing their lifestyle. They're balancing their hopes. They're balancing their ambitions, you know. They're balancing their homes, their bills, right? So I think that you are probably going to end up hearing from this person, or you guys will communicate with each other about about why you were not communicating, but the reason why is because people were trying to balance their lifestyle, basically. And so I'm going to leave you off with that, in knowing that when you guys communicate, it's actually going to go really balanced. It's going to work out perfectly fine. You know what you didn't get here? No devil card. There's no heartbreak card. There's no picture of a person whose body has been stabbed by 10 swords, like the 10 of Swords card, or somebody staying up at night freaking out like the 9 of Swords. No, it'll be fine. Your guys' communication will go over well. You guys will have to probably address the fact that people are not necessarily following their heart. They need to listen to their intuition and what's inside of them more, because they seemingly are driven by their lifestyle. When you don't have to do black and white, you can be driven by both. You can follow your heart and still achieve the things that are in your lifestyle. And so yeah, I'm going to leave you off with that. If you guys are interested in a reading like this, I do have same day video tarot readings that I do. 2 questions, just like this one, for $20. And the same day that you order that reading is the same day that you receive a video reading back. I do those really quickly. I just put my kids to eat a peanut butter sandwich or play with their toys, and they're good to go. And if you guys are interested in some free readings, those are on TikTok. The love readings and the career readings are already up. And the yearly readings are up on YouTube. But if you don't want a reading and you just want to chill out, because I'm a whole regular ass human, get a hold of me on Facebook. You can send me a friend request. It's my personal Facebook. I'm the only Linny D who has green hair in her profile picture, so I'm really easy to find. So I will leave you guys with that. Thank you very much, and many blessings to you. Ciao for now.